Hello. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm trying to set up. I'm trying to set up here. One second. I'm having problems with my stand. It seems to be broken. Let me see the orientation here for a bit. Oof. Yeah, that will be good. So we're gonna put it up on this. Let's take it up this over. That actually looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks better. I think we're gonna go with that. Everything should be in frame now. Let me see. Fortnite Bros. Can you see comments? Yeah, I can see the comments. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, then I'm gonna have to readjust things here. Trying to set up so we can start. Let me know if you can hear me. Seem to be walking with with a broken stand, but I hope it's gonna work out. So hi everybody, good morning. It's Simeo here, and we're gonna start working on this today. So I don't know. I'm just gonna work on the background mostly today. Hopefully I can finish it in about 2 hours. And what I'm gonna try to do today is I'm gonna go dark in this background. I'm gonna make it a dark blue so these ones can stay on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my colors for the day, and I'm just gonna go dark bluish and then go into the teal as I go up this way. So I use alcohol markers, the Uhuhu brand. Let me see if I can actually find my swatches so I can pick out the dark colors that I want to use for the background. So let me go to the swatches and see what colors that we want to use for the background of the image of today's image. If you're new here, this is my coloring book. You can get it on Amazon. I'm actually going to pin the link to it in the comment section or in the chat section so you guys can be able to check it out. So I'm planning to go from this dark. Actually, I think I may go as dark as P4 or P5. And I'll try to go up with the PB2 And at the end of it, it should be a PB6 into a PB7. Or PB6 into PB8 to PB7 for the background. So let me go ahead and bring out those markers. So we need a PB6. We'll need a PB2. We'll need a PB6. We will need a PB7, PB8, so far we have 2, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna need a P5 or P4, so I'm gonna start off with a P5. Where's P5? Right there. So let's swatch them real quick. This is gonna be the darkest. It's a purplish P5. It's gonna be the darkest. PB2. PB2. PB6. So PB6 has to go underneath. So let me actually say this is a 6, this is a 2, this is a 5. And we have PB8. And this is 8. And we have 7. So 7 has to be on top because it's the lightest. We're gonna go 7, 8, 2. So 7, 8, 2, 6, then 5. So let's start right away with the lightest on top. This is gonna need a lot of concentration because it's either gonna make or break this picture. So let's start with the lightest on top, this one. it's time to bring our second lightest now. Our second lightest is gonna inch in there too. Remember, this is alcohol markers, so they bleed. You have to be careful with the lining. So now, I'm gonna go on top of this with the lightest that we started with, especially here where they meet, so I can attempt to make a seamless transition. So every once in a while you could even go on top of this with a colorless blend to make it seem a lot more transitional. So now we're gonna go with the next dark. This is why it's actually very important to choose out your colors before. Oof, this is a little too dark. Ugh, I didn't like this. But I'm already on the paper with it, so I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, I'm already on the paper with it, so that's when you have no choice but to just continue with it, because there's no undo button on the paper. So after this, I'll actually go back in with some highlights on all the tattoos as well as the backgrounds. Let me try to go on top of this before it actually dries out. So when it comes to things like this, then you're going to use a lot of intuitive coloring or intuitive painting, or whatever you want to call it. I still need this over here. So these are brush tips, but I also have the chisel tips. This is brush and fine tip. You gotta be careful not to mess up the corals here. Let me give us some light. Ring light is not working right. That's not gonna work. It's probably done. And let's go back, jump back onto the host. You gotta concentrate on this for a bit here. It looks like in some places there's not gonna be transition, it's just gonna be that one plain color. Places like these are gonna be hard for me to go back on and just throw another color on top of it. But layering is always good. So let me skip that for a bit. And I'm gonna go on top of this and try to throw in some more alcohol here. Yeah, the transition between these two is not very good. Like the transition between the first and the second one was very good. But between the second and the third marker, that's the problem you have if you have limited markers. Sometimes the transition, if you want to do a little bit of a gradient there, is kind of hard. But for some reason, I like the effect it did here. And so there's a little bit of layering. A little bit of layering, which is giving me a little bit of a texture there that I like. I can't tell yet if it's deep sea water, but it's giving me a texture that I'm actually liking. So now we're gonna go even darker. Sorry guys. We're gonna go even darker. So let's start from here. These look like they're a lot close, so they could be a better transition between the third and the fourth than there was between the second and the third. Let me actually try to bring the third on top of this and see how it works. kind of love how that one is pushing back a little bit. Okay. Now, one thing that I'm liking with this paper is that it's taking a beating and still can stand it. So this paper I got from Staples. It's cardstock, and it's what began this entire project because I went in to go print my book, but it was not formatted right. So what happened is they gave me a bulky extra piece of cardstock. And so what I do with this project is I go in on color page, and then on the next blank page that they gave me with it, I do an original illustration. And this is how this project came along. And I've been successful to do a bunch of them. So I think this is coloring page number 5-ish, I think. So we're still young in the project because the project has 40 coloring pages. And so at the end of the entire thing, we should have 40 coloring pages, colored pages, and we should have 40 original illustrations. If you stick around, once I'm done struggling with this, I'll give you guys a flip through of what we've done so far. And if you want to grab the book for yourself, actually I didn't pin it in the comment section. I need to go ahead and pin it in the chat. So in case you guys want to grab the book for yourselves, you could grab it off of Amazon. Let me actually go ahead and pin that right now. The book is called Tattoo Tales. It's by me. I did it myself. Let me grab the name of the book first. So I grabbed the name of the book. Now let me grab the link. Copy link. So I'm pinning it right now in the live chat. If you see the pinned message, it has the link to the book in case you want to actually grab the book. You'll be able to grab it off of Amazon. It's on all marketplaces. So even if you're in India, you'll be able to grab the book. Even if you're in Australia, Canada, whatever you are, you'll be able to actually grab the book. It's available internationally through Amazon. And that way we'll have access to all the 40 images. There's actually 42 images with 2 bonus pages from my mandala project. So you'll be grabbing 42 images. version 1 of this book, because after this project is done with the coloring, I'll put out another book with all the colored images in it. And at least that's the goal. It'll have all the colored images as well as the open coloring pages. And that way you could get inspiration from it. So now we're contemplating going even darker. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this line a little bit lower, like around here, so I can go darker all the way here. So let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna need 6. Oh, by the way, guys, if anybody grabs the book from Amazon, what could help me so much that I will really, really appreciate is when you grab the book and it gets to your address and you flip through it and you like it, you could go on Amazon and write me a review. That I can't stress how much that would be very important to me. Like, I don't have people writing reviews of my books. Partly, I think, because I'm not selling a lot, but um, the reviews help the rankings of the book. I'm gonna go over with this lighter color just to throw in a little bit of liquid so it can transition a lot better. And now it's time for us to go deep sea purple black. Oof. Let me swatch them here and see how they transition fast. I think it's gonna be a good transition. The paper is a little bit different, so let's go for it. Yeah, I'm going for it. Yeah, I'm going for the dark look. Let's do this. dabbing a little bit there. Six. I'll bring in a little bit of 8 here. This is the darkest color here. There we go. So now I'm gonna wait for it to dry a little bit more, and I'll go in with colorless blend and try to put some highlights going around this way like this. But for now I'm gonna wait for it to dry a little bit. So now the challenge I have is these, and these I want to go with this color, the browns that I was using is what I want to go in with these. We try to make a little bit of a transformation in there, but the water is gonna stay in the back there. That's gonna be good. And later on when it's all dry, then I'll go look out for my bubbles wherever they are, and I'll just go in with the white highlight gel pen and do that. And so the colorless blend will go on over everything. For example, it will touch the background and it will also touch the turtles in order for me to put in a little bit of raise, and then I'll go in with the white gel too and highlight it a little bit more. But for now, let's now tackle these with this kind of brown that we were going with here. So now I pull out my chisel. This is the colorless blend I was talking about.